YouTube ला लाईव्ह झाली.
Live, sir.
Yes, sir. We are on YouTube now. Facebook is not. We have already started YouTube. Okay, sir.
Lakhbir Verma is there today with us. It's a nice opportunity to have Lakhbir Verma, ma'am.
Just a minute, sir. Yeah. Okay.
अजून सर
Yeah.
काही मदत पाहिजे का?
No, I'll tell you. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Good morning, one and all. Entire Maharashtra English Language Teacher Association welcomes you for today's webinar. My dear friend, eMilta feels happy if you mute your microphone, turn off your video. You use raise hand facility if you want to ask your questions, and please ask sensible questions. Most of the time it is observed that the teachers do not pay the attention, and at the end they ask such questions that the presenter has already given the answer in the beginning. So please ask your sensible questions. My dear friend, entire Maharashtra English Language Teacher is a non-government, non-political and non-commercial association. And the mission of eMilta is to make Maharashtra educational hub of English language teaching learning practices. The vision we have that the professional development of the teachers for teachers of English in Maharashtra, and this is particularly the association of the teachers, for the teachers and by the teachers. Dear friend, for this purpose, for the continuous professional development of the teachers, eMilta always tries to conduct so many webinars of the distinguished speakers. Today we have very renowned speaker with us. It is our 45th webinar, and we have Dr. Pradhan for today's webinar as a keynote speaker. Let me introduce Dr. Umesh Pradhan. He is a visionary ELT expert in Maharashtra. He is considered the pioneer for designing the activity-based course books, that is the 8th, 9th and 10th, the previous syllabus. He also is considered the pioneer of the activity-based learning evaluation pattern, and that is why nowadays we call the question paper is called the activity sheet. Due to his visionary approach was adopted by all the languages and all the subjects, and that is why today we see that in every subject we have an activity-based evaluation pattern, and activities are there in the course books. He has conducted many trainings and workshops for teachers of SSC and HSC. He is a key resource person. He was a key resource person for the Smart BT from 1st standard to 8th that started in 2000 and 2007, and it was the period when the English was made compulsory from the 1st standard. He is the script writer. He has written the educational scripts for the educational programs for Bal Chitravani and All India Radio. He was the coordinator for the chief moderators to bring out the transparency in the assessment work. He was the convener for the course book of standard 9th and 10th, that is the previous syllabus. He was a coordinator for the HSC for the course books. He was also a coordinator for the handbook of teachers for SSC and HSC for L1 and L3. I mean Marathi medium schools and English medium schools also. He was a coordinator for ICT in education state curriculum framework 2010. He was also a coordinator for the in-service training programs for SSC and HSC for both the grades. He has the active participation in the different programs. The programs were conducted by NCRT in Delhi. The programs were the textbook production, grading system in evaluation, framing question testing HOTS in NCRT and British Council. He was there for critical analysis of the different question papers of a different education boards in India. Dr. Umesh Pradhan is a retired principal. He retired from RCM Gujarati High School and Junior College, Pune. He was BOS member for the B.Ed syllabus, managing director for the Pune Gujarati Kelvani Mandal, Pune. He was the chairman, the School of Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapit, Pune. He has guided the PhD students for the Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapit, Pune. And here is the list of his awards and achievements. Such a renowned speaker is with us today. Yeah, and today's our topic is that teaching poetry with the help Indian Weaver, the poem which is there in the prescribed textbook of 12th standard. Sir, entire Maharashtra English Language Teacher Association welcomes you for today's webinar.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, now you can share your screen.
Yes. Good morning, all of you. And today I'm going to have, before I begin, Mahajan sir.
Yes.
Just check whether Dr. V.T. Patil is there.
No, sir. I'll call him first.
Ask Mule sir, Shri Praveen Mule sir.
Yes. I'll request him. Hello, Mule sir.
Yes,
Mule sir is with us. He is a BOS member for the 12th standard textbook in the present syllabus also, and he was with us in the old syllabus. We together work under the guidance of Dr. Umesh Pradhan. I request Praveen Mule sir to monitor the today's session and at the end give your expert opinion. You have to work as the moderator for the today's webinar.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Praveen Mule sir, and all the members of eMelta welcomes you for today's webinar.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Good morning to all of you. And today I'm going to experiment with the various things that are available with Zoom. I think I'm audible. You can hear me, and I would just like to know whether afterwards when I'll share my screen, whether it is possible for you to view it. I want all the participants. By now, you are all very much. Someone else is okay. So by this time, you're all very familiar with the use of chat facility that is available on Zoom, and you go on responding, you go on reacting using Zoom. That's very nice of you. Then I want you to make use of the facility, because I really want to check how it happens and how it works. What a raise hand facility. In reactions, it is there, thumbs up and thumbs down. So if you like, if you don't like, if you don't approve, whatever the things, I expect you to make use of all these things. And not only that, I'm going to ask all of you to appeal you to read, to tell, to say, and all such things. So please be alert, because maybe the videos are off, but when you want to speak, when you want to say something, when you want to read, when you are asked to read, please unmute, and then also the videos should be on. Okay, all of you, regarding the poem, Mule sir is asking you to raise your doubts regarding the poem and not any other things. So we start with, like, the bard, the wizard of English poetry. He said, all the world's a stage, and all men and women merely players. They have their exits and entrances. And one man in his time plays many parts. His act being 7 pages. At first, the infant mewing and pucking. Who is the poet? Who is the bard? Who is this wizard who said his act being 7 ages? At first, the infant mewing and pucking. Yes, Shweta Padin madam, yes, it's William Shakespeare the Great. And that's the period of 1564 to 1660. And then we turn to another poet. And the poem runs like this. The joy and woe are woven fine, a clothing for the soul divine. Under every grief and pine runs the joy with silken twine. It is right, it should be so. Man was made for joy and woe. And when this we rightly know, safely through the world we go. Can you name the poet? Because some of you must have taught this poem at the 12th level, at the earlier stages. That was 2005 and before that. Can you tell the name of the poet? The joy and woe are woven fine. No, it's not John Keats. You are close. During the same period, we have another poet. It's not Shelley, it's not Milton at all. Predecessor. No. Please. Yeah, it's Blake. My sir, thank you. It's Blake, William Blake. The joy and woe are woven fine, he has said. And that was the period 1757 to 1827. And then we move to yet another poet. And that you know very well. A rainbow in the sky. That is the poem, The Rainbow. My heart leaps up when I behold a rainbow in the sky. So was it when my life began. So is it now I'm a man. So be it when I shall grow old or let me die. The child is father of the man. The child is the father of the man. I could wish my days to be bound each to each by natural piety. And there come dancers. Yes, it's William Wordsworth. And the duration was 1770 to 1850. Yes. We have 3 poems, different poems, and all of them were William Shakespeare, William Wordsworth, and William Blake. And there is some common point in all these 3 poems, though they belong to the different eras. What is the common thing that you observe in these 3 poems? What is the common thing? What is the common thread that you observe in nature? Okay. All right. What is the common thing that you observe in all these 3 poems? All the words a stage dealt with life. Yes. Yes, it's life. Sham Sundar Chalak, sir, please unmute yourself and say.
Hi, sir.
Yes. Hello.
Philosophy
You
of
want
life
to-
is mentioned in their poems.
Uh-huh.
Philosophy of life
Okay.
has been mentioned in their poem.
Very well, very well. Yes, yes. And what's that philosophy, if you could sum up?
Not now, sir. Hello.
Okay. Take your time. Take your time. Yeah. All these three poems are about life, the changes in life, the nature, and how it is full of happiness and sorrows. That is the most important thing. That it's not only gay and happiness all the while, all the time. It turns into the ups and downs of life. Well, all the poets in their career as a poet, they are fascinated with this idea of nature, the life, and they find a similarity with their life